Thanks to Melville Subaru, I'm at the Subaru test track, which is located close to Perth International Airport with famous rally driver Dean Herridge. Dean, how are you?
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
I'm good, Dean. Now, I've got to tell you, driving into this track is pretty intimidating. It looks pretty full on. How are we going to go?
You'll be fine. One, we've got a driver aid to help you here, an Exmo, which I really want to show you through here. Fantastic road car, but also very good off-road.
How about we get in the car, you drive around the track, and then I'll have a crack after you and see how I go as a rally driver.
Sounds like a plan.
So which one? Can we take the black one?
Pick anyone you like.
Well, I would like the black one. Black's better. I look better in black.
Okay, mate. First thing we'll do, we're going to put in the Exmo. That's going to be the big ticket item as we run around here on the four-wheel drive track.
Okay, now, Exmo.
Exmo's designed that when we do some four-wheel driving, the car will actually help with descent control. So it'll put on the brake if we're not inputting some of that to try and give you a nice leveled approach. And also things like when we're scrambling through some of the hills and bits and pieces, it'll make sure it's getting maximum traction to the wheels that don't have traction. And at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that you would normally be taught from driver training point of view is inbuilt with this technology. So you get that advantage. You don't have to be a professional four-wheel drive person to be able to really put this car through its paces and enjoy what it can do for you. So we're at the top of a mound here. You can see quite a steep descent. I can't even see over the bonnet. I'm going to take my foot off the brake and just let the car control our descent, and you'll see what happens. So my feet are completely off. You can hear straight away the car's now doing all that for us. ABS working and allowing us through down here, and I haven't even touched anything to do with the pedals yet. If I put a little bit of throttle on and then come off it again, it's now gone to that speed and maintained it. And we can do that up to 20 kilometers an hour, so we can actually not just roll off and the X mode run at a certain time, but it also actually allows us to dictate the speeds and how we want the car to traverse some of the sections of the road. We've gone through our descent. This is a pretty steep climb. I can see the road level from here. It's undulated. So same thing with, now we don't need the descent control, but as we come up through here, the X-Mode will actually help us control the scramble and allow to make sure that the wheels that have got the traction are getting the most to get us through and up and over some of these undulations. And once again, I'm actually not controlling this descent, the car's doing it for us. But the nice thing, even though we have technology, if I want to override that or I want to control the speed, I can, and that's the advantage. There's a non-obtrusive sort of assistance with us, so that's the other thing about it. You can still, and are still in full control.
I can actually feel the energy, the torque being chucked around the car.
Absolutely, and that's what it's doing. It's putting maximum drive to the wheels that need it, and that's what you'll see from the outside, the stiffness of the chassis, but also the suspension working, and that's when we need the traction to come in play. You know, it needs to make sure that the wheel that's spinning in the air is not doing any good for us, so it takes the traction away from that.
So overall, Dean, what would be your personal opinion of the XT and what Subaru's done with it?
Well, normally the XT for me, it's the turbocharged model. I'm obviously coming from STI and WRXs. To me, it's the SUV WRX, which has been fantastic on the road. One with the stiffer body, it drives on the road the best I've ever felt a Forester. But now, we've always known it's strong on off-road, but I think this adds to it.
Well, mate, thank you very much. I want you to get out of that seat. Now, if you want to see how I go on the Subaru test track, thanks to Melville Subaru, stick around because later in the show, I give Dean a lesson on how to drive the XT. That's coming up on Zoom TV.